Section 14 of Black Experience in America, 18th through 20th Century. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Lawin' and Jawin' by Zora Neale Hurston. Recording by Tara Theory. Black Experience in America, 18th through 20th Century by Various. Section 14. Lawing and Jawing by Zora Neale Hurston. From 3 plays. Lawing and Jawing, 40 Yards, Woofing. Author Zora Neale Hurston. Release date November 29, 2005. Project Gutenberg ebook 17187. Time present. Place Waycross, Georgia. Scene Judge Dunfummy's court. Persons Judge Dunfummy, Officer Simpson and another, Jemima Flapcakes, Cliff Cullens, John Barnes, 2 lawyers, a clerk, a pretty girl, and her escort. Setting, usual courtroom arrangement, except that there is a large red arrow pointing off stage left, marked, to jail. Action. At rise, everybody is in place except the judge. Suddenly, the clerk looks off stage right and motions for everybody to rise. Enter the judge. He wears a black cap and gown and has his gavel in his hand. The 2 policemen walk behind him holding up his gown. He mounts the bench and glares all about him before he seats himself. There is a pretty girl in the front row left, and he takes a good look at her, smiles, frowns at her escort. He motions the police to leave him and take their places with the spectators, and he then raps vigorously with his gavel for order. Judge: Hear, hear. Court is set. My honor is on the bench. You mouthy folks, set up. He glares at the boy with the pretty girl. All right, Mr. Whistlebritches, just keep up that jawing now and see how much time I'll give you. Boy: I wasn't talking, your honor. Judge: Well, quit looking so mouthy. To clerk: Call the first case, and I warn each and all that my honor is in bad humor this morning. I'd give a canary bird 20 years for pecking at an elephant. To clerk: Bring 'em on. Clerk, reading. Cliff Mullins, charged with assault upon his wife with a weapon and disturbing the peace. As Cliff is led to the bar by the officer, the judge glares ferociously at the prisoner. His wife, all bandages, limps up to the bar at the same time. Judge: So you's one of these hard-boiled wife-beaters, huh? Just a mean old woman Jessie. If I don't lay a hearing on you, God's a gopher. Now what made you cut such a caper? Cliff: Judge, I didn't go hunt her. Saturday night I was down on Dearborn Street in Buffett Flat. Buffett Flat? At Emma Hale's house. Oh, yes, go on. Well, points thumb at wife, she come down here and claim I took her money, and she claimed I was spending it on Emma. Cliff's wife: And that's just what he was doing, too, Judge. Cliff: She's telling a great big old Georgia lie, Judge. I wasn't spending no money of hern. Woman: Yes, he was, Judge. There wasn't no money for him to get but mine. He ain't hit a lick of work since God been to makin'. Know what he 'lowed when I worry him 'bout workin'? Say he wouldn't take a job with the Careless Love Lumber Company, putting out what make you do me like you do. Judge: So you goes for a sweetback, do you? Cliff: Nah, sir, Judge. I'd be glad to work if I could find a job. Judge: How long you been out of work? Cliff: 17 years. Judge: 17 years? To woman: You been taking care of this man for 17 years? Woman: Nah, but he been so mean to me it seems like 17 years. Judge: Now tell me just where he hurt you. Judge, tell you the truth, I'm hurt all over. Rubs her buttocks. Fact is, I'm cut. Did you get cut in the fracas? feeling the back of her left thigh below her buttocks. "Not in the fracas, Judge. Just below it." She starts to show the judge where she has been cut. He motions to stop her. "Stop!" To Officer Simpson. "Grab him. Put him in the shade." Cliff. "Judge, I'm unguilty. I ain't laid the weight of my hand on her in malice. You got me accused of murder, and I ain't harmed a child." Judge. "Let me ask you something. Didn't you know that all the women in this town belongs to me? Beat my women and I'll stuff you in jail. 90 years. Take him away." Cliff is led off to jail. Judge looks angrily at the boy who is holding hands with the pretty girl. "You runs me hot and I'm just dying to sit on your case. What you in here for?" Boy. "Nothing." Judge. "Well, what you doing in my court, you gator-faced rascal?" Boy. "My girl wanted to see what was going on, so I brought her in." Judge. "Oh, yeah?" Smiles at girl. "She was using good sense to come see what I'm doing, but how come you come in here? You going to have a hard time getting out." Boy. "I ain't done a thing. I ain't never done nothing. I'm just as clean as a fish, and he been bathing all his life." Judge. "You ain't done nothing, huh? Well, then you's guilty of vacancy. Grab him, Simpson, and search him, and if you got any concealed weapons, I'm going to give him lifetime and 8 years more." The officer seizes the boy and frisks him. All he finds is a new deck of cards. The judge looks at them in triumph. "Uh-huh, I knowed it. One of these skin-game jelly beans, robbing hard-working men out they money." Boy. "Judge, I ain't used them at all. See, they brand new." Judge. "Well, then you's charged with toting concealed cards and attempt to gamble. 10 years at hard labor. Put him in the dock, Simpson, and throw the key away." He looks at the girl and beams. "Don't you worry about how you going to get home. You going to be took home right, 'cause I'm going to take you myself. Bring on the next one, clerk." Clerk. "Jemima Flapjacks, charged with illegal possession and sale of alcoholic liquors." She is a fat, black, belligerent-looking woman. Judge looks coldly at her. Judge. "Well, you heard what he said. Is you guilty or unguilty? And I'm telling you right now that you come up before me, it's just like you's in church. You better have a strong determination, and you better tell a good experience." Jemima, arms akimbo. "Yes, I sold it, and I'll sell it again." Snaps fingers and shakes hips. "How does old booze-selling mama talk?" Judge. "Yes, $5,000 and 10 years in jail." Snaps fingers and shakes hips. "How does old heavy fine and papa talk?" She is led away, shouting and weeping. Clerk. "The Otis Blunt, charged with stealing a mule." Lawyer rises and comes forward with the prisoner. Lawyer. "You can't convict this man. I'm here to represent him." Judge. "Your mouth might spout like a coffee pot, but I got a lawyer that can beat your sagastuating." Looks admiring at girl. "How am I chewing my dictionary and mingling my alphabets?" Lawyer. "Well, I can try, can't I?" Judge. "Oh, yeah, you can try, but I can see right now where he's going to get all the time that God ever made that ain't been used already from now on. Go ahead and spread your lungs all over Georgie, but he's going to jail. Mules must be respected." Lawyer, striking a pose at the bar. "Your Honor," looks at the pretty girl. "Ladies and gentlemen." Judge. "Never mind about that lady. You talk your chat to me." Lawyer. "This is a clear case of syllogism. Again, I say syllogism. My client is innocent because it was a dark night when they say he stole the mule, and that's against all laws of syllogism." Judge looks impressed and laughs. Judge. "That old fool do know something about law." Lawyer. When George Washington was pleading the case of Marbury versus Madison, what did he say? What did he say? Scintillate, scintillate, globule orific. Fain would I fathom thy nature's specific. Loftily poised and either capacious, strongly resembling a gem carbonaceous. What did Abraham Lincoln say about mule stealing? When torrid Phoebut refuses his presence and ceases to lamp with fierce incandescence, then you illumine the regions supernal, scintillate, scintillate semper nocturnal. Syllogism, again I say syllogism. He takes his seat amid applause. Judge, man, you's a pleadin' fool. You knows your rules and bylaws. Other lawyer, let me show my glory. Let me spread my habeas corpus. Judge, 'tain't no use. This lawyer done convinced me. Other lawyer, but let me parade my material. Judge, parade your material anywhere you wants to excepting before me. This little girl wants to go home and I'm going with her and enjoy the consequences. Court's adjourned. Curtain. End of section 14. Recording by Tara Theory, New York City.